Hi everyone and welcome back to one of Mrs. Kirby's videos. This one is following on from my previous video, equation of a line through 2 points, and I'm now going to look at the equation of a line, a perpendicular line. Okay, so I'm just using the same points from the previous video, so if you're taking notes that you can follow it. I've got point 1 and point 2, and then I came up with the equation of the straight line joining these 2 points, and the gradient here, coloured in purple, is 3. So the first thing we have to know is that our original gradient is given the letter m, and a perpendicular gradient is found by putting -1 over the original gradient m. Okay, and perpendicular lines, if you start off with a line like this, a line perpendicular to it means that it cuts it at a right angle. So that's what perpendicular means. The perpendicular gradient, so I've just said, is given by -1 over m. Let me just colour these in purple because that is how I'm showing where the gradient is. So in our original line, equation of a line that we found between these 2 points, the gradient was 3. So m is equal to 3. That means that the perpendicular gradient, I'm just going to abbreviate it, perpendicular gradient is going to be equal to -1 over 3. Then we substitute it back into that equation that we had for finding the equation of a line between 2 points. Y minus y1 is equal to m brackets x minus x1. So let's colour in our numbers and letters to see where they're coming from. So the orange ones are the x values, so x1 here. The purple is the gradient, and in this case it's going to be the perpendicular gradient because we're trying to find the equation of a line perpendicular to our original one, and the green is the y values. Substitute our values in. Y, take away, y1 is 17, is equal to m, the gradient, which is the perpendicular gradient, -1 over 3, times x minus x1 is 4. Multiply out the brackets. Y is equal to 17. Sorry, that's not correct. Y is minus 17 is equal to -1/3 x. Then we have to be careful multiplying this bracket out because this is a minus times a minus, so that's going to turn into a plus. And then 1/3 times 4 is 4/3. Now, you could write that as 1 and 1/3, but for the moment it's just easier to leave it as a top-heavy fraction. Solving this equation, or balancing this equation so that we've only got y on its own, we need to add 17 to both sides. Would have been handy actually if I had put 4/3 is equal to 1 and 1/3. There we go. Add 17 to both sides. Y is equal to still -1 over 3 lots of x, and then 4/3, or 1 and 1/3 as it is, add 17 gives us 18 and 1/3. It's quite an ugly equation for a line. It's not great, is it? But that line meets our original line, y equals 3x plus 5, at right angles, and it goes through the point 4/17. Let me just recap. If we have a gradient given to us, and in this case it is 3, we find the perpendicular gradient by doing -1 over the original gradient. So in this case, -1 over 3. Then we use this equation for finding the equation of a line with a given gradient through a point. Substitute our values in, multiply our brackets out, tidy it up so that we get, this is a minus sign, make it look like a minus sign, this is equals. Tidy it up so we get the final equation of the line perpendicular to our original line. Hope that helps.